Hey, what's going on, guys? Today, you already know, I got an X and Y Wi-Fi battle for you. Today, we're gonna have a little bit special team. We're gonna have my RU team. RU is one of my favorite tiers. I don't know why, I just really love RU. Maybe because UU tier is so huge in Gen 6. You know, UU back in Gen 4 and Gen 5 used to be somewhat smaller, but now, you know, with another new generation and another huge pool of Pokemon, UU has become such a huge tier, and like half of last generation's OU switched into UU, so UU is not as special. And then there's NU tier. I do like to battle NU tier once in a while, but I just like RU tier. It's unique, and I see more NU Pokemon these days than RU tier, so I don't know. So, but enough rambling. Let's just get right onto it. So I'm gonna be fighting Riley in this match, and I'm expecting that he will lead off with his Ferrothorn. So that's why I decided to lead off with my Beyblade, my Hitmontop, to maybe scare him out. But he predicts that really nicely and leaves off with his Espeon. So I just decided, you know what, fuck it, let's just go for a fake out, see how much I do. And I did a shit ton. This is a Adamant Nature, Life Orb, Hitmontop, but that fake out still did a lot of damage. So I'm predicting a Psychic move, Psychic or Psyshock, so I switch into my Registeel to take any of that attacks. And as it turns out that this Espeon does use the Psyshock. I was really hoping that it'll use Psychic because this Registeel does have more special defense than defense, but it doesn't really matter. So here I'm just going to decide to set up some rocks. He goes for a Grass Knot, and I can see why he does that because Jellicent is incredibly heavy, but like I said, I have massive special defense and I am a Steel type, so that Grass Knot won't be doing too much. So I hit him up with a Seismic Toss. I don't do Stealth Rock because I was scared that he was going to keep his Espeon in because of Magic Bounce. And like I predicted, he does switch out because I'm pretty sure he does not want me to die. And does not want his Espeon to die. So I make a double switch and switch into my Rotom. Here he has to switch. He's expecting the what's it called? Man, I'm having such a derp moment today. That's why I'm called derp. So he's expecting the Leaf Storm, so he's gonna switch into his Porygon 2. And I land my Leaf Storm, and it does a considerable amount. This Rotom Cut or Mow is running a Choice Scarf, and I get a lucky crit. So I switch out, fearing the Toxic, back into my Registeel, hoping to see a Toxic, but of course he's just gonna go straight for the Recover. Really good play on my opponent's part right there. And here, I get a little bit of some leftovers up. Things are looking okay here. And he withdraws his Porygon 2. Probably he doesn't want to get... I don't know. I guess his Porygon 2 can't really do anything to me. Switches into shiny Azumarill. And I go for the Stealth Rocks. I was praying that he does not send out his Espeon. And luckily he did not. I'm really scared of a superpower here, so I switch the fuck out. At the same time, in the back of my head, I'm fearing the Belly Drum. But it doesn't really matter, because, you know, at least he can't really hit me up with an Aqua Jet or anything, so I can at least outspeed this Azumarill and probably hit him up with a Scald and possibly burn him. And sadly, I do not burn him. I really needed that burn. I get him to his yellow HP, and it shows that he does have the Citrus Berry. Most Belly Drum Azumarill do run Citrus Berry. So here he goes second and lands his Play Rough, his +6 max attack Play Rough, which easily demolishes my physical Wall Jellicent. So here I decide to, you know what, I'm pretty sure I can take at least one Aqua Jet, so I can outspeed it and just go for a Volt Switch. Sadly, he decides to stay in. I guess it was not wise to switch into Krrokodile anyways. Rotom Cut is a very good counter for Krrokodile. So I switch into my Beyblade, and he switches in Porygon 2. I'm like, wow, that's really strange. Why would he switch into his Porygon 2? I mean, Porygon 2 is a massive wall, but still, you would not appreciate a close combat from Hitmontop. So here, I just went for the Fake Out and do some damage, and it does a nice chunk of damage. And as you'll see, I do not carry the close combat. I actually have the Mach Punch. This is a Technitop. That's how I like to run it. And then he goes for the Psychic. I'm like, holy shit, this is why he sent out his Porygon 2. And I live it with like 10 HP. I'm like, fuck yeah. And I go for the Mach Punch. But sadly, I will die after this Life Orb damage. But hey, at least I got out his massive wall. Porygon 2 is such a huge wall and problem for my team. So that was a good trade-off. Thank you, Beyblade. You've done enough. You've spun enough. So I switch into my Rotom Cut just because it's an overall good counter for his team. And he sends out his Krrokodile, and I just go straight for the Leaf Storm. And luckily I do land it, and it takes out this Krrokodile. He probably was not expecting that I was Choice Scarf either, so he probably thought his Krrokodile could outspeed me. But no sir. So now that he knows he's Choice Scarf, he can comfortably switch into his Charizard and eat up some Stealth Rock damage. So I'm locked into Leaf Storm. I have to switch out. He's gonna burn me alive. So here I just sent out my Registeel just to kind of fodder off because I don't really have anything to sacrifice. So I'm just like, okay, let's just see if he can one-shot me. I'm pretty sure he can one-shot me, even though it's Registeel, but Charizard is such a fucking monster. Registeel main goal was just to land some Stealth Rocks. So he goes for the Heat Wave. I'm like, wow, why didn't you fucking kill me? I just want to die already. But yeah, he goes for his second Heat Wave and it kills me. So I'm like, finally, now I can freshly bring in something. Registeel goes down. Thank you, Registeel. You've done enough. And I go into my Scarf Rotom and use my Volt Switch, which will easily take out this Charizard. Charizard goes down. I really love Riley's team. It's such a beautiful team. And here I just decide to, hey, you know what? Let's just bring out my Reuniclus. My Reuniclus hasn't done anything. Let's see how it goes. He brings out his Espeon, and Stealth Rock nearly takes him out, but not quite. Espeon does pack the Shadow Ball. It's gonna sting, but I am Reuniclus, so I can take that relatively well. I go for a Psychic. Anything would really kill this Espeon by now. Thank you, Reuniclus, for that Psychic. Get a little bit leftovers up, so I am back to almost half. Sends out his last Pokemon, I believe, his Ferrothorn. And I just decided to go recover. I don't like to be in half HP. Reuniclus is supposed to be a wall after all. And here he decides to go Stealth Rocks. His incredibly late game rocks. I'm pretty sure at this point Riley doesn't really care anymore. He just wants me to finish off this Ferrothorn, which I will gladly do. And here he decides, okay, I don't want to toy with you anymore, so he's gonna give up. Thank you, Riley, for an awesome battle. That was quite an awesome team. But unfortunately, I love my RU team too much, and they love me back. They worked way too hard to fail me. Too bad you didn't get to see my shell smashing Crustle. I really love that guy too. Maybe next battle. Thanks for watching, guys, and please like if you guys like this video, and subscribe for more battles. I'm out of here.